Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, you guys knew who I am. You know what I'm about. I just want to say hello. And it's been a while since I've been had a podcast. I've been kind of busy the last couple of weekends. I had a family reunion and and things like that. So I've been kind of busy, but now I am back. And today, guys, I am doing something special. I am not just on Facebook Live. I'm broadcasting from all three networks today: Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. But let's forget about me. Let's get with these two young ladies who are the a very strange name, but I like it because I like strange. They are the Oop Files Paranormal Investigation Team from Dallas,
Little
Fort Worth.
Elm, Texas,
There you go.
from the
So
Little
hey,
Elm area.
tell the
Whole
world about
DFW
you
really,
guys.
man.
Tell the world about you guys and what you guys are about.
Well, we are the Oops Files, and we just kind of go wherever the local legends take us. We try to figure out where the most haunted places are, and we take ourselves over there and we figure out whether or not it is. And it's oops, we found something, or oops, we didn't.
Well, guys, you know what? I'm glad you said that one word because that one word gets under my damn skin. The most haunted. I'm glad you guys said the total opposite because the most, I get into a debate with myself in the bathroom over this. Why do people say the most haunted when we don't know if it's the most haunted because we haven't been to everywhere that we need to go or where we want to go in our great state of Texas? So
Yep.
let's not say that people. There's a billion and one other paranormal investors, investigators out there. So if we can get that word out of our mind and out of our heads, that'd be great for everybody. That means I won't have to come on when I'm arguing with myself, in the bathroom on why people do that. I mean, that would eliminate the argument right there. I can find myself to argue for, I can argue with something else.
Yep.
All right,
Leaves you
guys.
wide open for other arguments.
Energy elsewhere.
All right, hey, you know what? Let's jump right in, man. Why did you guys come up with that name? Is it just something that you guys just happened to pop up on, or you guys were investigating and you found yourselves saying "oops, oops, oops"?
I'll let her explain that one. She gives me shit about it all the time.
So generally we started when we were, I don't know, 11, 12 years ago when we lived in California.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not a whole lot of local haunts where we lived. So we just decided to go down into like a wash or whatever. And every 5 minutes she would do something and go, oops. She would drop something and go, oops. Like it was oops. And I was like, what are we doing? The Oops Files? And then the name just stuck.
And the rest is history, man. That is, and then you guys brought it to Texas.
Yes.
And that is really cool that you guys did that. Did you guys, let's talk about California for a minute. Interesting state, a lot of history there.
Yeah.
Did you guys, how successful were you guys over there?
So we started the Oops Files maybe 6 months before we moved out to Texas. But growing up, I personally had my own experiences when I was younger. I lived in a haunted house. There was a little boy there. I used to play tag with him, but it's not fair because I can't run through walls. So he was a cheater. And that was just as a small child. I was probably no more than 7, 8 when I was playing tag. JJ's had her own experiences with things, and I'll let you tell him about that.
Yeah, mine's not as fun as playing tag, but growing up, I had severe night terrors to the point of you could shake me, throw me against the wall, whatever. I would not wake up. I just screamed and I cried and I hollered. And my mom had the local priest, come over and do the whole blessing and all that. Mm-hmm. And ever since then, it's just been a thing. I see pretty much anything dark, like entities that are really dark. She gets the fun stuff. I get the dark stuff. So we work together that way. But I don't have the night terrors anymore, and I have seen my guardian angel when I was like 5. So
Wow. Okay. Now, were you guys, you know, do you guys think that was just a phase in your life that you guys, 'cause I know kids have a tendency. Kids are very special. They see things that that adults can't, unless an adult is a medium or very sensitive.
Yes.
Do you think you guys fall in that category of being a medium, sensitive, and all that stuff?
With me personally, I don't know if I would necessarily call myself a sensitive or a medium, but there are times where you kind of just trust your gut. You go into a building and you just get that really heavy, uneasy feeling. And it's like, either there's something here or I'm freaking out for no reason. And then with me, with everything I go into, obviously I believe I've had my own experiences and everything, but every time I go into a place, I go in as a skeptic. Just kind of like, maybe not, well, maybe I saw that shadow move over there, or maybe the night's just playing tricks with me. So with me personally, I don't really think I'm insensitive, but there are times where, like, when we went to what was the name of the asylum?
The one with the child stuck up on you?
Yeah, that one. We did one of those
mineral wells.
Mineral wells. There was an asylum that is now
like a veteran.
It's like
bar.
A veteran clubhouse or something like that. And the upstairs they were starting to renovate, never finished. And we were sitting up there and doing our pictures and our EVPs. And the whole story is that there's like supposedly a child up there. So right. I think I had either a couple toys or candy or something, and I set it out. She was snapping pictures, and right behind me, we caught a picture of an apparition. It looks like a small child. And then behind where she was sitting, we got this huge, it was just massive. It looks like smoke, but it's there for a minute, and then it's gone.
Wow.
And so it was just like one of those, who's got which?
Wow. That, how do you guys, just curious, how much you guys pay to get into that place?
I think that one was 50.
50 per person for that particular one.
It was with a group.
It was with the group? Okay.
Yeah. It was a lockdown thing for Halloween. So not only was it, they said it was really haunted, it was also during Halloween. So made it more
spooky.
Extra spooky.
Gave you that extra creepy vibe to it.
Yeah. We also got an EVP that night as well.
Cool. All right. Hey, what made you guys move from Cali to the Dallas-Fort Worth area?
Family.
Family?
Yeah, we moved out here to be closer to family.
Now, you guys sisters or?
Nope. We're best friends.
That's besties.
She moved out here to be closer to family. The family adopted me, so now they're my family too. And I'm just a really, really good friend.
Okay, cool. Hey, you know what? We need more good friends in this world.
Yeah.
We definitely do. So how do you like Texas so far?
It's not bad. I could do without the extreme heat we're having right now. And I'd prefer not to, have the spinny wind going on, but tornadoes are inevitable.
Yeah, that's something that we have out here. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of sleet, snow.
I don't mind the snow and the ice. I can deal with that. Me and the kids go play in it all the time. I'm for that. But tornadoes, I'm not fond of.
Oh, dude. Hey, they're great if they're like way far away from you and going the other way. It looks pretty cool. All right, hey guys, have you guys been on an investigation here in Texas?
A few.
Tell me a little bit about them. Besides the ones,
most of our Oops Files videos that we have out, those are all Texas.
Okay.
They're all Texas. like I said, we started about 6 months before we moved out here, and that's when like we decided the name and what we were going to do. But most of our other stuff was just kind of like, we weren't necessarily hunting for it. It was just, it was there or it wasn't.
Okay, cool. And what do you guys prefer? I mean, there's different types of places you can investigate. You guys can go on. What is one of the Oops Files, most popular locations that they would like to investigate?
There are so many different places we want to get to. I think it was it last year? No, the year before. Just the year before, for my birthday, we got a group of our friends together and we went and did Black Swan Inn, and that one was cool. Not necessarily my favorite. I think my favorite so far was Miss Molly's in Fort Worth. That one was probably our favorite, my favorite so far.
Okay.
We had a lot of things going on that night.
The Black Swan Inn, did it live up to the hype that everybody said it does?
Not for us.
Not the night we were there.
Not to debunk anything or to say whether or not it is or isn't haunted. Mm-hmm. Personally, we got there, we had our EMF readers. They were going off in this one particular room for a while, but it seemed like once everybody upstairs went to bed, it just like stopped, just
died down. Wow.
And not saying it wasn't ever haunted at any point. It's more of the night we were there, there definitely wasn't anything going on.
Maybe they were on vacation.
Maybe. So, I mean, everybody gets to make their own choice with us. My thing is that I'm not going to hype something or make something happen for views or anything like that, because we do this for fun. This is a hobby. This is not, hey, we're on TV, we have to make those ratings. Like, that's pointless.
Right. Okay, considering you guys are from California, and that California, that's where Taps originated. I think that's where Taps originated. I'm not sure.
They are pretty much what we base our stuff on. They're like our idols.
Yeah, we love Taps.
How do you guys? Okay, well, you know what? Here we go. How do you guys feel about that?
We really like how they go in and use scientific backgrounds and try to find see if it's real or not. If it's not, they're not going to tell you
it's real.
It's real.
Not.
They're going to tell you what they have.
I feel like they out of most of the TV status paranormal groups, to me, they're one of the few that are 100% honest and on it. Like, of course, they're going to hype the commercials because, someone's always walking into spider webs or something like that and freaking them. Shut up. And freaking themselves out. But at the end of it, they'll legitimately say, yeah, we caught something. No, we didn't. I feel it's haunted. I don't feel it's haunted. And that's kind of what we try to do. It's like, we live really close to Goatman's Bridge. We have been out there so many times at so many different hours with the amount of people that show up there with nobody there in the rain at
Literally,
midnight.
We're on a metal bridge in the rain.
Because we're smart.
It wasn't that smart.
But we never caught anything at Goatman's. Never.
I'm thinking, a couple of paranormal investigators from up there they actually invited me to come up there to investigate that place. And me personally, I'm thinking, because you're not the only one that said that. I'm just thinking it's a lot of urban legend.
It is, and the greatest thing about it is like, even when we finished filming and everything, at the end of it, we said, come make your own conclusion, because part of the fun of Goatman's is you take your friends up there and you scare the crap out of them. And it's good to have those, and it's good to have fun. But as far as being legitly haunted, personally, I don't feel it is.
It's in a creepy forest. The vibe of the place is creepy.
Yeah, it's creepy, but I don't think it's haunted.
I've never been in there. Can you guys give me a little bit of a little history of that place, if you guys have it,
So basically,
she hasn't memorized.
I've had to say it so many times. So basically, I don't remember the timeline or dates, but the bridge was the only thing connecting two different cities, was just this one bridge. And
Okay.
there was a man, I cannot remember his name, but he would sell goat products, goat milk, goat cheese, all that. And he was extremely popular. Well, he was African American, and the white man sucks, and they were mad that he was getting all the business. And so they sat there and they took him and strung him out over the bridge. Now, here's where it goes two ways. One is when he dropped from the noose, his head was completely decapitated, and he grabbed a goat, pulled the head off, and used it as his own. And that's where you get the goat man. And then the other one is that they threw him over the side and didn't hear anything. And when they looked, the noose was empty. Thinking that he had somehow gotten out of it, they went to his house and set his house on fire with his wife and children inside, thinking that he'd run in to save them. Well, he never showed up. And then, eventually they were all killed one by one.
Right.
And that's pretty much the
gist of it.
The gist of the whole legend. It's just that he's there and everything. And then there's the whole side of, without getting into the goat man, the bridge used to have to honk twice before you cross it because it's narrow. It's big enough for like one car. Mm-hmm. So you would have to honk because they didn't make a new bridge until sometime in 2014 or 15. So this was still the only way through this area for a while. Wow. And you would have to honk twice to let somebody on the other side know you're coming across. Well, there was a bunch of accidents and things like that. So supposedly it's also haunted by people who didn't make it across.
Interesting. Because I've never actually heard the history of that bridge. People talk about it a lot, and I'm like...
Yeah, it's over the Trinity River, part of it, anyways.
Hell, man. If I want to go over the Trinity, I might as well get a fishing pole.
They do fish there. People fish all the time. There. Daytime, nighttime, they're always fishing.
If you go during the day, it's just a little quaint bridge. Like personally, maybe it's because I'm weird, I would do like engagement photos or like wedding photos there. It's really gorgeous.
Now, is it a historical marker or is it just a bridge? Have the state recognized that bridge as something, or is it just whatever?
That I'm not 100%
there is a plaque,
sure. So there's a plaque on the bridge itself, but I've never seen, the signs you see randomly through Texas, historical marker 1 mile or anything like that. Right. I've never seen a sign like that, but there is a plaque itself on the bridge.
There's also a sign next to it saying historical site, but there's no like markers saying.
Okay, cool.
That it's a marker.
Nothing to direct you there. It's easy to miss the turn in too. I remember when we first went, we missed it 4 times before we're like, no, it's that one.
Oh, damn.
It's like hiding right behind like a plant.
That is
so
crazy.
It's really tiny space to get to it.
Wow. Well, thanks for the history lesson, guys. Now I know what actually happened there.
It is a nice place to go. I mean, just to check out for sure.
I'll tell you what. Would you guys go again?
Okay. Yeah, we go all the time.
We're literally like 5 minutes away.
We still go because it's fun to go. And then, you get the kids that are there. And I like to, again, this is why I have it so well down in my head, is I like to tell the kids what supposedly happened. So
we did have kids follow us around.
Yeah,
just random people.
They were like, "Oh, you guys are ghost hunters?" And we're like, "Yeah." They're like, "Oh, can we hang out with you?" And I'm like, "All right, cool."
Wow. It's weird that how people think we're so cool.
Yeah.
But when the shit hit the fans,
I'm gonna run.
They're the first ones to run.
I am, and you know it.
They are because I have seen shit. I have seen stuff that would turn me white. But the problem is, I never noticed it was there until I go back and look at the video. Yeah. And I'm like, look at the video, look at the photos. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's how we found the apparition of
the upside is that we get more material and we get more sightings that way because we don't feel like running.
Well, hey guys, one thing I know about that whole Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex area, even if you're on the outside line areas, Dude, there are tons of paranormal investigators out there, and I'm just reaching, I think, barely on how many that are out there. I've reached to some. I can say maybe 10, maybe 15. And the Dallas Metroplex area is what, the third largest city, maybe the fourth largest city in the country. So I
It's
know
huge.
there's a bunch of y'all out there.
Yep.
Uh, why is it? Because this is something that I've noticed. Why is it that most paranormal investigators cannot get along with each other?
I'm only speaking for myself. Okay, let me say that right now before I get hate. Personally, I think it comes down to a lot of like headbutting. Everybody wants to do their own thing, their own way, and then if you have one and then the other and you're trying to combine that, somebody wants to be the leader. With us, you want to take the lead, take the lead. Like, we don't care. But a lot of people, they both want to. I have a group for a reason. It's a lot of people. I have a group for a reason. This is my group. I lead them. We do things my way. And then you have this other group. I have a group for a reason. Same concept. And you try to clash them and they just butt heads. Also, some people are in it more for the views than, the hobby. And then there's other people who overhype, like something small will happen and all of a sudden it's this big huge thing, and it's like, no, that's still the small thing. It was, that's cool that we got it, but it's just a little thing. Let's not blow this out of proportion. Let's wait until we get more.
I think beliefs also play in that too, because we go in looking at one way, whereas another group definitely, they're either their religion or their political or whatever it might be, think it differently, so they'll start clashing. We don't care. We'll go with any group for the, we'll.
Yeah, as long as I got time and the gas money to do it.
Yeah, we like to see different ways that people do things because we learn too.
We're just amateurs out here doing this. We're having fun. Our equipment is not the greatest. Half the time we're using our phones. We use what we got. We do have some odds and ends. Like, I have a grid flashlight, which puts up the grid. And so if a shadow walks by it or whatever, it breaks the grid, you can see it. That's cool. We have our EMF readers. I never leave home without my sage. I always have sage on me.
There you go.
And then, of course, the notorious cat ball that we all have.
Now, you know what? I'm glad you guys brought that cat ball up, because answer this question: how many of those things have you guys lost?
None
yet.
None
yet. This is the first ball that we have bought, and we still have it. I actually, one time sometimes we just go up to Goatman's with a couple of friends and we're just dicking around and stuff, and we'll record and stuff. And I had this and I turned it on and I set it on the bridge itself. And my friend was walking by, and everybody thinks that these are crazy sensitive, and they're not. They're really, it takes a lot. Thank you. I was waiting for the light to go off. It takes a lot to set them off. She walked by it, she ran by it, she stomped by it, and it would not go off.
See, she shook it.
I shook it and it goes off, which was crazy to me. And at Miss Molly's, we were in a room with a bunch of other people because it was another one of those paid things, because we're still trying to get our foot in the door so we can do stuff on our own without having to buy out an entire hotel. And it was sitting on a table, and somebody had come in to, I guess they were trying to get the equipment back, the returns that they let some people use and stuff. And we're sitting there, and I had the camera face towards this lady who was sitting on a bed. This lady was sitting like stone, was not moving a muscle. And all of a sudden the cat ball went off. And I was like, what?
3 times.
3 times it went off. It was insane. Wow. It was insane. Like, Miss Molly's, loved Miss Molly's. That was so much fun. So much fun.
Our door wouldn't shut.
Yeah. Or no, it would stay open.
That's right.
That is crazy. It wouldn't
stay open.
Guys, I am, you know what? I really like exploring and trying new ideas when it comes to equipment. I have something really big coming out next week, next Friday, and I think you two guys are gonna love it. I really do. You guys, when I start doing the advertisement, once I get all everything that I have coming in, and I'm going to present it to Texas next Friday. You guys definitely got to be on my, on my page just to watch, the podcast. So, but I think you guys are going to enjoy what I'm about to bring to the. I mean, it's something I think people have done, but I really don't think it's been done in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong, but I'm bringing it out. So, but I really think you guys would like that. And as far as cat balls, I have like 20 of them. But no, dude, because I'm in a cemetery and it's pitch black. And as you can see, I wear these and I've seen sometimes lose them. But I discovered something that I would never lose another ball again. You guys are ready for it?
Yeah.
You sure?
Lay it on us.
All right, hold on. I'm about to get it right now. You see the size of that ball?
That thing's huge.
Yep. And it's motion.
It talks.
Is that a dog ball?
It's a dog ball.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, and and it'll keep going on as long as you touch
Do you
it.
think our ghost dog would play with it?
Maybe.
But
We have a dog that we're training to go with us.
really,
And two technically, but
Yeah,
have you guys
Okay.
been watching my podcast?
huh?
Have you guys been watching my podcast? Quit playing.
No.
You
we
sure?
well,
Because I've been talking about doing that for the longest. I always, suggest people if they got dogs to take their dogs with them. If you can, put a GoPro on them. Because dogs are very, very. I think all animals are. It don't matter what you got.
Yeah, they're very
Yeah.
susceptible.
I got
the
two.
joke
pets.
is we're gonna try my cat out one of these times because he's very
Yeah, we def. Hey, you guys been watching? Quit playing, man. You guys been watching my podcast because I was just, dude. I'm serious. I've been working on that for a while on cat cam, and you guys just mentioned that. Hey, but the thing is, I don't know if my cat will come back.
Really, really long leash.
long leash and food. Mine will come back. It's hungry all the time.
I call
Yeah.
both the cat and the dog are fat animals. Like I call the dog Fat Boy because he's just a little short fat guy.
Yeah, that's mine too. But dude, I mean, I'm really trying to open up people for new ideas.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm actually getting if I'm having any success or not, but having a dog around is really good investigating.
Well,
Me
it's good
personally,
even if they don't catch any paranormal. It's good for possible
Real life.
real life intruders
yeah.
stuff.
You don't have to carry, well, because wherever we go, I mean, if it's somewhere in a bad neighborhood or somewhere where, we really don't know much about, we're always packing something. Trust me. If it's not
We
mace,
normally carry at least a knife on us. If nothing
Yeah,
else.
mace
I try to
or
carry a
a-
knife and pepper spray.
yeah, it got to be something. Hey, guys, I'm about to ask you guys about 30 questions. Just,
Okay.
just go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? They're pretty simple, easy. Uh, what is one of your most memorable paranormal experience? Something that sticks in your head and you think about sometimes while you're in the shower or, you're at home alone. You're like, oh, shit, that's going through my mind.
I know which one she's thinking of. That's why I'm laughing right now.
Or you might have that Jason moment when when you're alone in the shower. Hey, things run through your mind, especially when you hear that small bump in the night. Like, what the hell is that? I gotta get out of the shower to see what the hell that is. Then that shit just runs through it. Yeah, I mean.
So, at one point when I was younger, me and my friends decided to go to the cemetery after hours in the middle of the night. And we go to the cemetery, we're there for a while, and I start feeling like we're being watched. And I'm like, you know what? I think we should go. Like, I don't know what it is, but I don't feel comfortable anymore. And of course, oh, you party pooper, whatever. We got reluctantly, everybody goes home. And I'm sitting there with my friend, and we're sitting there in her room. And for whatever stupid reason, we're sitting in the dark. And I'm just like, dude, I still don't feel comfortable. Like, I think whatever it was came home with us. And that night, we probably got about 2 hours of sleep once the sun came up before we had to go to school.
Oh,
and
wow.
When we got out of school and came back over to her house, the first thing I went and did was stop by my house and grab some sage. I was like, I don't know what the hell we did, but I don't like it. And so every so often, late at night when everybody's gone to bed, because I'm up way later than I probably should be, I'll hear something and I'll just instantly think, did I bring something home with me?
Oh, wow.
Even if it's been a while since I've been on investigation, like it's just instantly, what was that? And like, I will go walk around the house. Sometimes it smells like something's on fire. So I will go all the way around the outside of the house, the inside. Like, I check everything and I'm like, okay, you're just being paranoid. It's okay.
Weird.
Just the neighbors doing some late night grilling.
I mean, mine's kind of more fun. A lot of times, like, I'll hear people talking and I not know where it's coming from. Granted, I live in a trailer and walls are thin, but then there's times you're like, wait, no, no one's outside my house. Like, there's somebody outside my door talking right now. A lot of times I'll just yell at it, tell it to shut up or something, and it stops. But it's just the weirdest thing. You're laying there thinking, am I hearing things, or is there actually something going on?
Wow. Okay. Hey, guys, I know it's just two of you guys right now. Are you guys seeing yourself expanding over month, maybe two, somewhere down the line?
It might basically just be the two of us, but there's always somebody we know who wants to go with. One of our best friends, her name is Dee Dee. She goes with us. She's a hoot because little shit scares her. She hears an animal and she screams so loud. And it's the funniest thing. But we love her. And so she's basically an honorary Oops Files member because she lives in California, but she comes out here all the time.
Oh, wow. Cool, man.
We have our buddy Carlos. He's just as into it as we are. And when his wife lets him, he sometimes comes with us. There's just so many people out there who want to go but can't commit to go every single time we go. Right, and that's fine. We are more than happy to have whoever wants to join us come with us. Even if you have no idea what you're doing, we're just like, come on, we're winging it half the time anyways. Come on. We'll go have a good time.
Hence our name. We have talked about maybe two other people down the line once we find the right fit, depending.
Okay.
We're still kind of testing our waters and finding places to go
and trying to get all our equipment because, as I'm sure you're aware, that shit ain't cheap.
No, it's not cheap. Because that was my next question. What are you guys working with as far as equipment wise?
So it's stuff we've picked up a little here, a little there. Like I said, we have the grid light, the cat ball. We just finally recently got a UV light.
Full spectrum camera as well. We haven't played with it yet.
We just got that. We have, of course, the EMF reader with our sticker on the back so no one can steal it. When we go to group events, you got to have the backpack, of course.
The backpack
that has our logo on it. Like, we're ambitious, as you can see. We got the backpack. We're wearing t-shirts.
Kind of can't see mine, but
I have
Man, you guys
with
got to send me
COVID,
one of those T-shirts.
you got to be safe. So I even have a Oops Files mask. And the
Wow.
T-shirts and the mask were something. When we went to Black Swan Inn, it was for my birthday. So I went and had a bunch of masks and shirts made for all my friends that went as party favors.
Cool.
But we do have this thing. We do have. We are going to give away some of our gear once we hit 300 followers on Facebook, and we're about 9 people away from that.
Now, what are you guys going to give away?
It was probably
That is the big question. Is it some pinky little mask? Is it a shirt? Is it a hat? Is it a combination of all three? Who knows?
Who knows? I got you.
I also got the dowsing rods to douse for water.
Now,
they're also good for asking questions.
Oh yeah.
And then, of course, a Ghost Hunter's essential is battery packs. I got like 4 or 5 battery packs that we take with us. Good old-fashioned flashlight, and of course, a buttload of batteries for flashlights and other items that might need them.
We have 2 cameras.
We got 2 normal cameras. We have the full spectrum camera we just got, and then we have
our video cameras do night vision.
Yes, cool. And then we got all fancy with it because she mumbles half the time. So in the videos, you can't really hear her. And so we went and got microphones for that as well.
Microphone. Now, do you guys have any REM pods or anything?
It's on the list. That is one of the next things we want to get because they look cool to play with.
Most people don't really. How can I say it? I think sound is a good part of an investigation. Able to pick up sounds, voices. You know, even as the voices, it'd be something that might go bump. And you know there ain't nobody there, or somebody's kicking a wall or something. So this is what I use.
Oh, that looks awesome.
Yeah, it's a listening device. A lot of people don't have these because you only get like 15 seconds of audio. But we found a way to rig it into a audio device. And once we plug that into the audio device, you have unlimited amount of audio that you can record from this from. This thing only costs, I got it for my birthday. I probably paid no more than $15 for it.
Not bad. That's not bad. Once we get one of those, we'll have to hit you up and figure out how to connect it properly.
Yeah, hey, dude, I tell you what, my apartments, we actually walked 100 yards and we were able to pick up my voice clearly. And I was just whispering at the time.
That's crazy.
You know, because most, ghosts or entities, they're not going to come with a very loud voice, especially, if you're a child, and, a child have that soft voice, or a woman that don't yell a lot has that soft voice. So you got to be able to pick something up, try to pick that soft voice up, and you know what? There is so many other things that I'm working on. I know something that you guys need to get, or if you guys are into abandoning or like urban exploring and all that, you guys, because we go into a lot of abandoned nursing homes and stuff like that, abandoned old schools. We have motion detection light strips. Now, we put these light strips in a hallway, probably maybe 2 to 3 feet apart. And instead of having those motion balls, which were great, that's something that I started off with and I still have. But those light strips, you're able to actually do a little bit more communicating with, because when you don't know of something in the hallway and you ask a specific question, like, hey, blah blah blah, can you touch that last light strip? It lights up, and and it looks, and the colors on it are pretty cool. You can adjust it whenever, green, orange,
it's always
white. You can definitely change it to any color you want. And I think those things will eventually, they're going to kill off the cat balls. because those things, those things are pretty cool, and they last a long time. And the good thing about it, they're motion just like the cat ball, but they're just maybe 3 to 4 inch strips, and then it's pretty cool.
And the
So
upside is that if you ever end up with a stronger entity, you don't have to worry about one throwing it at your head.
all right, all right, guys. How often do you guys get a chance to investigate?
So it used to be like every couple of weekends. And since COVID and life's been a little crazy, we haven't been able to go investigate in a while. We were supposed to go a couple weekends back, and then life happened. So hopefully we'll get to go soon. Actually, we might go tonight.
Wow. That is crazy.
Yeah, our next project, one of the big projects we want to do is actually Yorktown Hospital. Is one of the ones.
Yorktown. You know what? If you guys, I'm not going to tell you to go, or I'm not going to just, tell you guys anything negative about that place. Because I've never been there. I'm the type of guy that likes to go to places where my name ain't on the wall. With all the investigators that've been there, they got their names on the wall and all that stuff. Hey, I want to be the first investigator to go into that abandoned house and put my name on that wall and say, hey, I've been there first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How far are you guys willing to travel?
Well, depending on how much time we have and notice, I mean, we have plans to go out of state and everything else.
Bellwitch was one of the ones we wanted to do.
Bellwitch we wanted to do. Of course, Hertz Castle in California. But for that one, we're gonna try to beg and plead and get on our hands and knees and see if they'll let us do a night investigation on our own and see if there's any way that we'll get special access to places that other people aren't allowed to go. But that's gonna be a whole lot of work.
Well, money talks.
Yep, and money ain't what I got.
That's one thing I've noticed about people that have these places that have a lot of history. That donation will get you in the front door every time.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
The state theater here in Austin, you got the right donation, it'll get you in the door.
Well, see, when we went to Black Swan Inn, we actually bought out all the spots. It was it ended up being $500 altogether, and we paid the whole thing. So that way we didn't have to worry about any other investigators or anybody else being there. It was ours and ours alone. The only thing that sucked was, of course, it's the local haunt. So you have all the local teenagers trying to come on the property and get scared. And we had to run off kid after kid. But other than that.
Cool. Now, I know Taps is your baby. I know you guys, that's your favorite TV show. Is it your favorite TV show of all times? Paranormal show?
Paranormal-wise? Yeah, I would say
that. Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, I like to watch other ones too.
Ghost Brothers was actually pretty good
Ghost Brothers is hilarious. I love Ghost Brothers.
Yeah, we'll get to them in a minute. Okay, now let's get to Taps for a minute. Now, this is where the raw and uncut is going to come in on this podcast. Me personally, I think they're full of boo-boo. Just for what they did to Brian. I did not like the way they did Brian. Brian, I thought right now he should have his own paranormal TV show because he got fucked so bad on that TV show. They nagged him. They picked at him. Nothing he did was okay for Brian and Grant. I think his name was Brian, right? For Grant and what was the other guy name?
Yeah, it's Brian.
It's Brian.
Nothing was good enough for them. Okay, you guys remember that episode when they were in the...
Or Brent, actually. Sorry.
They were in the state prison.
Not Brian.
I think it was in New York State Prison or some state prison, and they put that camera on that stairwell, and something ran back. Something ran through the camera, and it run back towards where Brian. I can't think of that other little skinny guy's name that was on there. Well, anyway, it ran back to them. Then all you saw was Brian and that other guy, like, oh shit, what the hell is that? And they just took off running.
Oh, that one.
Oh, yes. We were actually just talking about this not too long ago, and we were pissed at the way they did them, because it's like, dude, you're telling me that if something's freaking running at you and scaring the living shit out of you, you're not going to run? Because I would have ran.
You know, and I thought that was the downfall, the downfall of Brian.
I mean, I'm glad they did let him go to the international one. Had that one up. So that was good.
And, you know, and I'm like, dude, how can you judge somebody on the shit that 99.9, you got that 1%, you got that 1% that might not run, but the other 99 see some shit like that coming at them, I can almost guarantee you they're going to haul ass.
All right, if they don't shit themselves first.
Either way, dude, because to this day, you can look at that video, you slow it down, you can do what you want over and over and over again, and you will never figure out what the hell that is. Because it was just like a big mass of black running towards the camera, then run back. And dude, I'm sorry.
No, I feel you 100% on that, because that was not okay the way that went down. No, my thing with tap is I'm more the beginning of taps, when it was more like you know, he walked into a spider web, he got scared shitless, because I'm like, that's me. And you know, their heads weren't so big.
No, it wasn't.
They had their egos were still down there, just like, we're doing what we got to do to help families and help people. And then it just grew and grew and grew. And, you know, then it was like, that's not how we act. It's like, bullshit, that's not how we act. That's how 95% of freaking paranormal investigators act when we're scared.
Their heads got flushed down the toilet after that.
Yeah.
I mean, it really got crazy, man.
The one, you know, that, when it was just the three of them, Tango and Steve and Jason. That one was pretty good. It was just the three of them helping families. They weren't, you know, looking for ratings or anything.
I like that part. And you know what? It's weird how time will take a toll on you, and you sit back and you realize how much of a jackass you really were back then. Then you start to realize, like, hey, man, I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done that. You know, then they got to realize, well, hey, you know, let's start another show and go ahead and let's do it right this time.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Well, by then, can you imagine how many viewers they have lost? Yeah. Oh, they lost a lot. You know, and I can't, you know, and Ghost Adventures the same way.
Don't get us started on those guys.
Ghost Adventures the same way. I mean, those guys, you know what? I can't blame the whole team. I just blame the one guy that provokes, try to intimidate ghosts and want to talk shit, you know, and all that crap. Dude, that's not what ghost hunting is all about. You know what I'm saying? It's about educating. It's about teaching other people. It's about learning from the dead, you know, because everybody has a story to tell. Dude, if you go in provoking and insulting and calling people out of their names and all that crap, who in the hell wants to talk to you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, there's no way in hell, to this day, if they was to invite me on that show, the first thing I would do is go up and punch that guy right in the face.
It's good to look at, but that's about it.
You know, well,
I'm saying.
Oh, well, hey, we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about. Hey, man, how much? Hey, because I know I'm running low on it. I know you guys are running low on it. How much money are y'all willing to spend, man, for an investigation? Because I don't have any money. I'm broke as a joke.
So most of our investigations that we do are basically gas money. because we'll drive to wherever it is. We mainly look for like free. That's why we do a lot of like urban legends or local haunts, because they're free. Most of them have public access and everything. And the worst trouble we'll get into is, hey, move on. All right, our bad. We'll go. But I think the most we've ever spent so far was that $500 at Black Swan Inn. And that was just to get on the property. That doesn't include our hotels because we came the day before, or our food, or any of that. But I think that was the most. But that took a lot of, luckily we could have like a payment plan to pay it little by little.
Wow. How long did it take you guys to pay that thing off, man, just to get in there?
I don't know. Let's see. We went in September and we talked to him in like
February.
Oh, so what the payment plan was like $50 for every 2 weeks or
It's about that.
Something like that, yeah.
Luckily, I have a decent job that helps with that.
And I have my odd jobs.
Well, you know what? This is a question that I should have asked you guys at the beginning, so I really apologize for not asking you guys. Do you guys have any kids?
Yes.
How do your kids feel about that?
They want to go with us.
Yeah.
So they really enjoy hanging with you guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and their ages are?
We have, between the two of us, we have an 8-year-old, a 13-year-old, 11-year-old, a friggin' 17-year-old, and a 16-year-old.
Okay, who's got the 17-year-old? Which one of you have the 17? Okay, the 17-year-old. Let's focus on him for a minute. Is he intrigued by what you do? Is it something that he wants to do, or he does it just because the others do it?
That's mostly his. The 16-year-old is the one that's more into it than the older one.
Okay, cool.
She's
Are you guys able to look at the comments below?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, Stephen Brooks.
That's my husband.
Hi, Stephen. How you doing, buddy?
But it was fun, wasn't it? Was when we were talking about Black Swan Inn. And yes, it was a blast.
We did drag our husbands with us on that trip.
Wow. He said Elo.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, you know what? The more that you guys have the family involved is better, because you won't have that outside negativity that some paranormal teams. So I would urge you guys to keep that family thing rolling, man. That's where you guys have an understanding on each other. They know what to do, what not to do, because you already got them under control and under a certain situation that you can handle, compared bringing somebody in that like you say, that wants to do things their way, blah, 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 and all that, unless you're an open-minded, founder like me, which, hey, if I think
we'd love to go with you anytime.
We're pretty open-minded.
If you guys are open-minded, if you guys bring me something like, hey, man, we should do this, we should do that. Hey, and you know what? I'm going to say, okay, hey, I would never tell you no. Let's do it. This is your baby. I'm going to sit back and let you do it, and it would be your thing. It would be your thing. It would be the intro, the ending intro. All that would be your network. I'm just going to sit back and relax. I would never interfere on somebody's investigation. But that's just me. Besides, man, I get tired of doing all the editing and paying for. I really do. I mean, that's just time consuming. Okay. Hey guys, what do you guys do before you head out for an investigation? What is your post and pre-investigation ritual? Do you guys pray, have dinner, throw salt on your hair, or go dip in the ocean so you guys can? What
I
do you
would
guys
love
do?
to go dip in the ocean before
An investigation. We're not that close.
The ocean's a little too far away.
Yeah.
So basically, we will get all the kids settled out, and normally they're all at my house, so my husband has to deal with them. And we take off. We'll stop somewhere for dinner. We'll discuss where we're going and what the history is on it, because she does all the editing and everything, and I do all the history work. So it's my job to look it up and see what information I can find, and I dig and see as much as I can find.
So you're the one staying up late.
Yeah, well, I'm up late anyway, so it works. But then we'll discuss the ins and the outs of the history and whatnot, and so that way we can try to figure out while we're there the names to use, because like you said, ain't nobody want to be called outside their name.
Right.
So we try to see if we can find any names or any specific area where they may have been, more or less, so that way we know where to go look for said person. And then we go in and we do our thing. And when we come out, it's normally a lot of laughing because we joke around all the time. I think that's another reason why we're the Oops Files, is because we go in and we go have a good time. It's not about being serious, like sometimes we're just like a couple of teenagers.
I mean, that's what, me personally, I think that's what an investigation is about. You can't go in because, first of all, none of us is getting paid to be that damn serious.
For reals.
You know what I'm saying?
For reals.
We're not making billions of dollars to be that serious. So you got to take the fun side of it and mix it in. And that's where you able, because if you like doing it, something my grandpa always told me, you got to be able to like what you, how did he say it? You got to be able to enjoy what you like, or like what you enjoy doing. It's like if you got a job. If you like your job, if you enjoy your job, you like it. If you don't, what the hell you doing there? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He did something to that extent, man. I don't know.
Before we ever get back in the car, though, we always sage. Always.
Okay.
It's our little ritual. We'll sage top to bottom, all the way around. So we, just to kind of give us the if nothing else, it's a happy feeling.
Steven.
Hey, Steven. Hey, man, I'm glad somebody agreed with me on that. Okay, cool. You know what, guys? Oh man, it's fun talking to you guys. It really is. You know what? Have any other paranormal teams reached out to you guys?
There was one that I talked to a lot. He I can't remember the name of their group, but he just did Yorktown. He's there like all the time. We talked a little bit. He's based in like near Huntsville.
What's his name?
I want to say it's North Texas something. They all kind of have that general name.
They're all North Texas.
Yeah,
I've noticed.
And that's more northeast, I think.
There's so many. It's been a minute since I talked to him, but I was kind of getting pointers of the area and stuff. And then there was a lady that just reached out. She says she's like a psychic, and she wanted to try us out. Go with us one place.
Cool. You know what, man? I don't know what it is about psychics, but they are hard to get, to find, to get a hold of. I mean, they're out there, but I don't know if they're afraid to the public. Well, the public, what they might think of them, and all that stuff. But dude, if I can ever find one to join my team, that would be such a plus. Man, I would take her out to dinner every week.
I'll send her your way.
Just to show my appreciation, because they're so hard just to find. I mean, and
well, you're not wrong. And the unfortunate thing is that there's so many people out there that also claim to be and aren't. And so that's what makes it even harder. Like with her, I don't know whether she's the real deal or not. It'd be really awesome if she was. That would help the investigation so much. We haven't gone out with her yet. But like I said, with everything I do, I go in as a skeptic. So it's like, all right, we'll see.
See, I would love to have somebody. You know what? There's two things a paranormal team should have: a skeptic and a medium. A skeptic, dude, I love a skeptic, because if it wasn't for skeptics in this world, can you imagine how this world would be right now?
A little more crazier than it is.
Yeah, it would be crazy. So having two of those, I mean, one of each of those would be great, but unfortunately, as much as I am on social media, as much as I try to get my name and my team out there, nobody has reached out to me.
I think
And
it's more of kind of like the same with growing up. Is when I grew up, you didn't want to go tell somebody that you had a gift or the ability to see things or hear things because you were deemed crazy.
In polite
Right.
society, you are insane if you can do these things.
And it took me a long time. I think actually I didn't really tell much until I met her.
right.
Like I didn't really say it.
That's because I talk too much.
And I think that's more of how the sidekicks are. They're afraid to tell you that their abilities are heightened.
Yeah.
Because they think you're going to call them crazy.
I would never do that. People call me crazy all the time, dude, and I'm just. You're right. I hear voices in my head. They speak to me, and I understand. I mean, I that's just the way I am, man. I mean, it's just crazy. But anyway, hey, have you guys ever got beat up, scratched, followed? Any of those weird things happen to you guys? Hair pulled, glasses, nose pulled, all that stuff when you guys are on investigation?
Sometimes, when we were at Black Swan, I got pinched, and that was so random. We weren't even in the house; we were at the far part of the property because it goes around to the back, and we were back there just sitting there around what looks like the family might use for like a bonfire, and we're just sitting there talking, and all of a sudden I'm like, "Oh, dude, what the heck?" And I got pinched, and there was no mark. And I looked around because we're outside. So I was like, oh, maybe it's a bug. Maybe I got bit, because again, skeptic. And Dee happened to do the research that night. And so Dee was like, yeah, that's just so-and-so, that's her thing. She does that to people. And I'm just like, really?
Oh, wow. That is interesting.
She was all into that history that night.
Are you guys familiar with Henry Lee Lucas?
I've heard the name.
Very famous serial killer.
That's probably why.
They called him in. He died in. I think he got electrocuted in Huntsville. But anyway, he was doing his rampage through the Austin, Georgetown area, and he ran across this young lady that he murdered. And at the time they called it the Yellow Sock Murderer.
Okay,
because that's all he left on her was her yellow socks. Okay, so me and my buddy Big John, she's buried out there in Georgetown Cemetery, and we went out there one night, trying to find her, her grave and trying to talk. She is so famous that a lot of people will go just to talk to her. So, but we never found her grave because I think our family came and got her and took her back home to West Texas. And, families is not going to publicize that. Okay, well, we took the Yellow Sock murderer and we took her back home. They're not going to do that. They're just going to dig her up, take her home, and let her be at peace. But anyway, we were in that cemetery, and we were on the north side of it looking for her grave. And John was like, man, I'm going to sit on this bench right here. And I was just talking. I'm like, man, I'm not going to sit on this bench, man. I think we should keep investigating. So he's on the bench, and I was investigating. I came back, and it got pretty still for a minute. It got like quiet.
Like
there was no quiet. Birds, no kind of night creature, crickets, no nothing. In the cemetery, you hear all kind of weird things, owls, and all that stuff. But all of a sudden, I felt a hand on my back, and it just pushed me up. And I'm like, whoa, what the hell was that? If you guys look at my video, you guys are able to hear me say that. Oh, what the fuck was that? I jumped up. Somebody pushed me back. And to me, because I said, hey, I'm going to continue investigating, I guess that's what they wanted me to do. That's why they pushed me up from that bench.
And too slow. Come on.
Yeah. And I got that creepy vibe that somebody was walking with us the whole time we were there. It's weird. And what's so crazy about this the cemetery, it sits in the middle of Southwestern University. probably one of the oldest universities in the state. Uh, and it sits right there. And man, and you guys have to remember Georgetown, Texas. It's not a big town. That was Georgetown' very first cemetery, and it dated back 1846, 1850. It's pretty old. It's pretty historic, but it's also segregated. On one side, they got uh, a lot of the very very old cemetery plots and cemeteries over there, and the road divides the more modern, up to date cemetery. Where people put their their motion lights with their grave and all that stuff up and all that stuff, so you can barely clearly see the difference between the two. And like I say, I was sitting right there, man, on the older side, and I just felt this big old heavy hand push me in the back. It's like I guess he was telling me like, "Hey, let's get up, let's go," And it scared the hell out of John, that I had jumped up like that. He's like, "Man, what the hell's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Dude, I just got pushed." But it was crazy, dude. Having somebody touch you unexpectedly can really fuck your head up.
Yeah. Our probably least paranormal but more funny moment would probably be, we were in a cemetery one night and we were doing Facebook Live and we were letting everybody pick which way we went, left or right and stuff like that, while we walked through the cemetery. And we turned a corner and I looked down and I went, "Oh, hell no." And there's just like this big ass wolf spider on the ground. I'm in flip-flops. Like, I am not prepared for this. This was just kind of a, we're going to the cemetery, no big deal kind of thing. And I'm like, "Oh, hell no." And the whole time we're walking down, I mean, there's just spiders everywhere. And I'm just flipping out. I'm like, "Nope, fuck this, fuck that, And
I think that's actually our most watched video.
Yeah, probably, because it's funny as hell. And like the joke was, this video is brought to you by the letter F.
It's WFT.
Oh, WTF, yes.
All right. Hey, I got a question for actually Steven. If you can see us, press yes, because I'm gonna put this towards you too.
Well, let's see.
If you can see us, just hit yeah. I can see you guys, because I am gonna put this question to all three of you guys.
I think you might be working.
All right. Well, he's working. All right, guys. I gave him time. Time's up. Hey, I have a bucket list. You guys got a bucket list?
Yes.
All right. So tell me, what if you guys had a bucket list on a place that you guys want to investigate? It doesn't matter if it's here in Central Texas, in the States, or around the world. Where would it be and why it would be that place?
We have so many. I mean, like, we have the Hertz Castle in there.
Hertz Castle is one of my personal tops. I've wanted to go to Hertz Castle since I was probably 7 or 8 years old.
The mansion, Winchester.
Oh, Winchester Mansion. I would love to investigate.
We've been there. Well, I've been there a few times, even on the basement, but it's mostly guided tours. We kind of want to do it on our own.
Obviously have a rope so we don't get lost, but we'd like to go and go. I would love to do Winchester Mansion with somebody who works there. Why don't you take me in the spots where you've seen the most shit?
Right.
Not where they want me to see.
Okay, cool.
I know Alcatraz was on it to do that again.
There's a lot in California.
It's places that we grew up with. We went on school trips or whatever, and we felt stuff or seen stuff, and we wanted to like do it again and get caught and stuff.
No, you just said Alcatraz again.
I went to Alcatraz.
Really? Tell me a little bit about that.
It was mainly with the Girl Scout troop that I was with, but she can tell you I'm the crazy nut that's like, okay, I'll go in first.
Wait. So you telling me Girl Scouts went to Alcatraz?
Yes.
At least when she was a kid.
When I was a kid, we graduated. Our graduating from Girl Scouts was walking the Golden Gate Bridge. So we walked one side to the other, and while we're in California, we decided to go check out Alcatraz and Winchester and a few other places. I'm the brave one. They locked me in a cell. One of the more isolation of them, not just any cell. It left me in there for a while.
That is interesting because how much did you pay to get in that place?
Dude, back then, maybe $20.
Really?
I mean, it was so long ago.
Wow.
Like 10.
I would love to. That'd be a place I would love to go.
But it's a really cool place. I got a key that looks like one of the old keys that they used back in the day. So I'd probably bring that with me.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine how those inmates felt back then, dude? No air conditioning.
Oh, it was hot too. It was in the summer.
It was fucking miserable. I see why they shut that place down. It was miserable. All right, guys. What is your future goal as this, you guys paranormal team, the OOP Files keeps growing and growing. What is your goals, man? Tell me.
Our top goal is a surveillance van.
The joke is
a tech van.
Yeah, my husband wants to be the guy in the van.
Because he's too much of a chicken to go in.
He's a very big chicken and a very big skeptic. At the same time, it's really funny with those two together. But he wants to be in the van, watching the cameras all the time. That's where he wants to be sitting. So we would want one of those mobile base camp vans. That's one of our big goals.
Well, those things, man, it depends on the type of van you're talking about. If you want one of those old white vans that look like a refrigerator.
Murder vans, yeah.
Back in the day, murder vans. Yeah, pretty much.
You probably get one of those for a little or nothing.
Yeah. It takes time to have just the money, and then we have to set everything up so the equipment works properly while it's in there.
You know what? There is a team out of North Texas, I think around the Amarillo area, called Ghost Geeks. If you guys are really thinking about doing that, you should reach out to them because the setup that they have is very, very amazing. I mean, it don't mind that these guys are, into that. They're into that anyway. I mean, they work with it, but these guys are amazing. I just seen their layout. I think they're in Oklahoma at a down the same asylum, and the way that whole setup, man, it was crazy. And and I don't know how much money they spend, but but I'm pretty sure they spent a lot to get that
probably
done. Hey, I'm more of a I'm so damn cheap, it's ridiculous. Another
one of our goals is we actually want to do international.
You want to go international?
We do.
Where at?
Everywhere.
Yeah, we have two friends in Italy that want us to come out there. I have some friends in Germany that want us to come there.
Japan.
Suicide Forest.
You know what? If you guys had to pick a place on this planet, I'm not going to use that word, most haunted, because that's a big no-no. If you guys had to pick a place that you think that you guys can pick that can be very interesting, what country would you think that would be?
Japan.
You think both of y'all say Japan?
Yeah.
Interesting. A lot of history in Japan. A lot.
There's
it dates back hundreds and hundreds of years.
Mm-hmm. And then it's like they have so many superstitions and so many folklore and just the way they go about everything. Like there is like a little demon or whatever for so many things. There's something always connected to something else. It's got to be based from somewhere, whether it be ghost, demons.
If I was, I have a bucket list, and I always tell people I would like to start at Normandy Beach because when those guys came off, because when they invaded France, that's where they started. Can you imagine all those kids that were killed, 18, 19, 20-year-old kids that were killed the minute that ramp was lowered,
Drop. Yeah.
it was dropped, man, and machine guns were just coming at them. And it was crazy. Then as you move into farther into France, you're dealing with what Nazis were killing people left and right. Then when you're moving into Germany, you're dealing with concentration camps, death places, and they were killing people by the thousands. I mean, that those chambers, those smokestacks never stopped until
Yeah.
the war almost ended there. So, yeah, man, Normandy Beach, concentration camps, um, and all those places, it's probably a hotbed full of activity.
Yeah, I
A
think
lot of,
any military, anywhere there was a war like that,
yeah, a lot
any
of pain, a lot of
always.
sorrow, a lot of
Yep.
sadness. So you can imagine, man, just walking in that place and feeling the vibe in there. You would know what you don't know if you want to cry or if you want to, you know, just feel sad. You're probably gonna get a lot of both. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy, but that's where I would love to go just to investigate. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just because of the history itself. I mean, I think that would be perfect. Hey, okay, guys, two more questions, and I'm gonna let you guys go to enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, now, do you guys prefer when you guys investigate? What do you prefer? Cemeteries, houses,
Oh,
abandoned?
Um, there really, I don't personally have a preference to one or the other. Um, I feel that cemeteries aren't as often as haunted as people might think. Like a lot of people think all cemeteries are haunted. No, no, most of the people are laid to rest there, but that doesn't mean that they're lingering there. Um, so I guess I like, and this is like really messed up because I don't have another way to phrase it, but somewhere where there's a lot of trauma, like buildings and stuff like that. It's just like what you were saying, like with the beaches of Normandy. There's got to be a lot of lingering ghosts and spirits in general, just because it was so sudden and so traumatic. And so I guess I would like the buildings where that had the most issues to begin with. Like an insane asylum that got shut down. Well, it got shut down for a reason. They weren't taking proper care of their patients. There's got to be
Exactly.
shit there.
Exactly. Uh, One thing I know about Texas, Texas has some of the biggest hospitals in the world, in the country. I mean, I don't know about the world, but do you guys know how easy it is to investigate an open hospital? It's open to the public. They can never kick you out, but people yet don't go there during the night and investigate. Another one is the morgue. It's a public morgue. You have access to that morgue. So why come people don't go there to investigate? I don't understand it. Then the third one is I give you a list of things. Is where is the one place there is so much drama that people are have accidents and don't even know that they're dead? Come on, guys.
Well,
Come
as
on.
far as why people don't investigate hospitals or morgue, I think that's more out of respect at the hospital because you have living people and all this shit. And even though it's open to the public, a lot of people they'll still try to kick you out and they'll still make it a whole thing and just be like, just go on before I have to call somebody else. And if the authorities get called, then when you're leaving in cuffs or willingly, I don't know, but you're leaving.
Well, we'll get back to that in a minute because I've ran into the cops a couple of times. We'll get back to that in a minute. Yes, and yeah, I can agree with you on a certain aspect of that. Uh, there is a certain kind of respect, but in the morgue, ain't the morgue just like a cemetery?
It is. You're absolutely right. That holds the bodies of the dead same as a cemetery. But the difference is
I think it creeps people out more.
it not us, but other people are more creeped out the fact that the bodies are just sitting there. But as far as the respect aspect goes, these people haven't been laid to rest. They're just there. And so it's kind of one of those. You remember, have you heard of Logan Paul?
Yeah.
He went to the suicide forest and he recorded the body of someone who had committed suicide. And he got a shit ton of backlash because it is disrespectful to show the dead. Okay. Also, the family hadn't even been informed. You know, there was a lot of things behind that.
Right.
So if you're in a morgue, you have to be very careful about where you place your cameras, where you're it. You know, it might be better just to do EVP work there, but most people don't want to do the EVP without having video recording as well, because they want the recognition that it's theirs kind of thing. And so it's just, I guess the best way to say it is it's very taboo. Even though we are paranormal investigators and we have dark senses of humor and sometimes we're a little twisted, even that is a little taboo even for us.
Okay.
But again, that's just me.
Now,
personally.
if it's empty,
Yeah, if it's an old morgue where like nobody's like
it's not
not active, I'll go there all day.
All right. Okay, guys. Where do you think the most active place that people have died and don't know that they died because of how traumatic they've died, the way that they died, how they died, and all that good stuff? Do you guys know where that is?
No.
I mean, I have a few guesses, but
Where do you think that is?
I was thinking more like the Alamo.
Nope.
Because that was a very tragic place. But that's probably, like I said, probably not the right one.
Nope. Your everyday local junkyard.
Really?
Really? How many people you know died in car accidents?
A lot.
Touche.
I get it.
How many people you know that's died that so fast, so dramatic, half of these people think they're still alive because it happened so fast.
Yeah.
So it would definitely be a junkyard.
I don't think we have a local junkyard. Do we have a local junkyard?
No.
Didn't think so.
So if you guys just, go to a junkyard, I can almost guarantee you it's going to be something there. It's always something there. And I'm pretty sure these people have a lot to say because the way how they died, and they might want to communicate with you just to say goodbye to whoever they didn't have a chance to say goodbye to.
Yeah.
So it's oh man, because I know I went there. What did I go there for? I went there to get something for my car, and I just happened to have my phone, and it hit me. I'm like, oh shit, I'm in this goddamn junkyard. Let's do an EVP session. Yeah, and I like car, this, that, it was pretty crazy. So
kind of reminds me of like 13 Ghosts.
Yeah. You guys might want to check that out. Cemetery, a junkyard is pretty cool, to hang out in.
Yeah, we'll have to put that on our list.
People might think you're crazy, but
we are a little crazy.
They already
Otherwise, why would we be ghost hunters?
We are a little loony. You know what I'm saying? Guys, are there any questions for me?
I don't have any.
Sure.
What's your favorite piece of equipment that you use while ghost hunting?
My favorite piece of equipment?
Yeah. The one that no matter what, you always pull out.
Oh. You guys would be funny. But my favorite piece of equipment is my mind and my eyes. Because with those, you can't go wrong.
That's a good answer.
That one.
You can't go wrong. Even though sometimes your mind is playing tricks on you, uh, it's but once your mind comprehend on what you just saw, it'll never fail you anytime. All right, guys, before we go, I am going to send you guys 7 pictures of something that I've caught. I'm gonna send it on your messenger,
Okay.
and I want you to tell me what you think. No, first of all, I want you to tell me what you see
Okay.
Okay.
and what you think. All right. All right. So, there we go. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go that one, that one. Some of these I've circled, but just tell me what you think. That one, that one, that one. And that one. I'm gonna send you guys 7. Are you ready?
All right.
Yep.
All right, there we go. I just sent them to you.
All right. Let's see. First one. I've seen that one before.
With the ones that I circled, can you tell me if it's something nature or is that really something?
Okay.
So in the first one, this one,
Mm-hmm.
3.
the up there in the corner, that looks like a whole ass face, and I don't necessarily know that that is naturally there. But
It'd be one of those things we'd have to be there to physically see the branches, see how they fall.
generally, I mean,
it could.
that looks out of the ordinary.
Okay.
Down below in the second spot where you circled,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really seeing much there. Like, it looks like
Smoke, possibly.
like maybe some of the grass at the bottom of the circle, but I don't really see much in the thing, and that could just be me. Like, my eyes don't always work great. And the second one of like the leaves,
Okay.
I see the shapes,
It's a little difficult.
but with the type of picture, it just looks like it's coming through the light, like through the leaves.
Okay.
If that's leaves.
Actually, on that second one, that's my thumbprint.
Is it?
Yeah, there's a thumbprint on there.
Oh, I see it, thumbprint. I see it.
Oh, I see the lines from it.
Yeah,
green.
I was looking at the green and I was like, okay.
That's a thumbprint.
That's
Actually,
just a thumbprint?
there's something in there. I just want to know if you guys don't see it.
I mean, okay. Other than initials of some sort, maybe.
Okay. Well, let me tell you right quick. What we were at a slave cemetery in North and East Austin called Bethany Cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
Slaves, nothing but slaves, and we got caught in a thunderstorm that night. Now, you guys know anything? If you guys pay attention to the paranormal, anything that it seems like they're drawn to electricity, anything that has a power source.
Yeah.
And dude, the thunderstorm was so bad that we were able to catch all these entities in the trees, not knowing what they are or how they even got
looks
there.
like an animal.
Yeah, and one looked like it's on all fours, and that one it looked like a demon because you could see the horns with it, and all this was in a tree. Now, I don't know if it means anything because we only investigated that place once and we moved on. We need to go back. But yeah, that was a crazy night. Okay. The third one?
The third one,
Could be a trick of the light, but it could also be something else.
so in the far side over here on this side, not where the light is, but across the way, it kind of looks like maybe somebody's stepping out or stepping away. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And then as far as like is there a light down at the end of that hallway?
There is no light.
There's no light source down there at all?
It was an abandoned nursing home.
Oh.
Okay.
So if you guys blow that up, you see it's coming through the door because there's a door right there, and it went from one room
Yeah, I see that.
to another.
With the smoke and all, yeah.
And if you guys look down the hallway, it looked like somebody's sitting in a chair because you see the head and you see.
Okay, that's sitting. That's what I was talking about when it looked like somebody was like coming through. It looks like if you weren't realizing that they were sitting, it looks like they're like stepping out, and maybe they have a dress or a long jacket on or something.
I don't know. It's a little interesting to me. I just want to get you guys' opinions on that. It's kind of creepy.
Yeah, it is for sure.
Well, knowing that there's no light in this one.
And then another light streak, another orb-ish.
Yep. I don't know if it was going left to right or right to left.
No lights in any hall?
Nope.
That's crazy.
Camera flash. That's about it.
Yeah, but the camera flash wouldn't reach that far back, not like and do that.
No, I don't think so.
That looks pretty awesome.
Unless there's a mirror at the end of that hall.
Nope, no mirror.
The next one. With
this one.
That one. That's what I was saying. Unless there's a mirror at the end of that hallway. You got something. Looks like something's forming. What? I couldn't tell you.
My brain can do all kinds of things with this because like the first thing my brain did was went, ah, that's what it kind of looks like.
Right.
Oh yeah, this one I've seen before. With the thing or person stepping out from behind the tree.
Mm-hmm. Peekaboo. I see you.
I say or thing because you can't really tell what it is. And then the last one, I think, was this the one? I mean, they need to clean the cemetery.
For damn sure.
Okay, this one here is very interesting because let's use our imagination for a minute. Okay, you guys see that big headstone sitting right there in the middle, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
If you go right above it, what exactly do you see?
In the tree?
Yeah. You can blow it up.
The face looking thing?
Yeah, it's a face.
Yeah.
Now, do you see the shoulders, the arms, but no legs? You see it? You see the face, and it has broad shoulders, and it has an arm, arm on one side, and the arm on the other.
Either I can't blow this up big enough, or unless it's going that way. Interesting.
I kind of see it. It's hard to see the body. The face,
Yeah.
most definitely.
I think it just shows half of a torso. And I mean, I can clearly see it staring at me And this was at another slave cemetery in Austin, in southeast Austin.
They need to clean up their cemetery a little bit there.
Yeah, the cemetery was abandoned. They, I think they let it go.
That sucks. It's probably all from the tree. Kind of like the one that we went
Those
to.
are pretty good shots, though. Yeah.
I think if I can... Yeah, I was showing the ones we have, but they're on our page. Too quickly, but... Yeah, we don't really have a few apparitions on ours page, but not much.
Because we only post what is legitimately there. I figure that even if we don't go ghost hunting, I will find funny ghost memes and put them on our site, so at least you're entertained with something.
Yeah, or better yet, watch ghost movies these kids haven't seen today.
Yes.
That's the fun thing. I really like, because most of these kids today, they haven't seen any Jason movies. They haven't seen no kind of scary movies from my era whatsoever. So when people like, who is Jason? Who is well? The only reason I know of Michael Myers is because of the recent reboot of his movies. You know, but these kids don't know how it actually all started. You know what I'm saying? So sit them down, let them watch a scary movie. Then we'll go show them some paranormal, some ghost, some ghost videos on YouTube that'll freak them out. Hey guys, check out Nuke's Top 5, guys. If you guys really want some amateur videos of paranormal investigators from across the world, check them out, dude. Nuke's Top 5, and you guys would be amazed. Hey, thanks, Anthony. I really appreciate it, man. I'm really trying to, close that gap, because I'm really tired of all the negative in our, in our little paranormal community. We can all just come together and just be one big happy family, and people disagree. That's just the way the world is, but there's no reason to start a damn feud on things that, we disagree about. So that's what I'm trying to do, bro. So I really appreciate it. I appreciate the love to all you guys. All right, ladies. Any closing arguments?
Not really.
Okay, well, hey, that's cool. All right, hey, tell the world how to get a hold of you guys if they want to reach out to you.
We have our Facebook. You can look it up with Oops Files. Actually, if you Google Oops Files, we'll actually pop up.
We have a Facebook, an Instagram, and a YouTube.
And a Twitter.
And a Discord.
And a Discord.
We're basically everywhere.
And hopefully have a Twitch.
Eventually, we'll get there.
Yeah, get a Twitch, guys. I mean, I don't think it's going to be that hard. I mean, we can collaborate and get both of our things going, so where it could be it could be done right. If you guys got any questions, just reach out. You guys are a little bit more tech-minded than me. My old brain, it took me a while just to get my phone to work right. So,
I mean, it helps that I'm in the tech field. So,
see, you guys got it made, and you do your own editing. Actually, I'm looking for an editor, man. Somebody that can get all my all my podcasts and everything, because I feel like I'm trapped in the 70s doing all this old editing. So if I can get somebody out there that can,
my friend Spike does editing too.
Somebody can come in and can do my intros.
He likes doing all that.
Do all that.
Can shoot you his info.
Please do. Hopefully he won't charge me a lot.
No, he's a cool dude.
All right. Hey, cool. Hey guys, it has been a pleasure talking to you. Hopefully we can do this again. I think we should do this again.
Most definitely.
Tell Steven I said hello.
I will.
You know what I'm saying? I really had a great time talking to you guys, and this is your actually first podcast. So
It is.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Hopefully, it won't be your last. And,
Now he hears us.
Steven says hello.
yeah, I hear him. I hear you. But hey, hopefully next time, your husbands will be on there, and I don't mind having your kids on. So if your kids want to come in,
They're actually in the other room right now. We told them not to come in, but they've been sitting outside the door.
Okay, well, tell them I said hello. Tell them Uncle Terry said hello.
I will.
You know what I'm saying? In the meantime, you guys enjoy the rest of your day.
You as well.
And hopefully you guys will get out and enjoy some of this heat. In the meantime,
maybe later.
Maybe we'll go to the lake or something, but I don't know about enjoying the heat.
All right, guys. You guys enjoy yourselves now. Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Thanks for having us.
Yes.
And if you guys want to share it, it'll be on either one of the social media outlets. Feel free to share as much as you want.
Will do. Thank you so much.
All right, no problem. You guys enjoy yourselves. Bye-bye.
Take it easy.
All right, guys. Let me blow this up. Hey, what do you guys think about that one, man? There's two cool young ladies, man, coming into the paranormal field, trying to get their paranormal teams up and running like they want it to be. Hey, I wish them nothing but success. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys want to reach out to them, there are the Oops files. So please reach out to them and show them some love. Check out some of their content. Show them some of your content, and just be nice to them, guys, because they're pretty cool. They're starting out, like I'm saying, and they want to do big things. So in the meantime, hey, if you guys want to check out this podcast, please go to all my social media outlets, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. I'm there. Hey, make sure you guys go hit all those like, share, subscribe buttons for me. Hey, I really appreciate it, man. It's something, and what's so crazy about it, dude, I'm stuck on 8. I mean, I should be at 10 million on my Facebook page. I should be at 10 million on my podcast YouTube and my Twitch. I'm just starting out. So, God, let's go hit those numbers, man. Let's get those numbers up. It's free. It's not that hard. Just go bang, 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 bang. And get those numbers up from me. I would appreciate it. You know what? In the meantime, I got to go get ready for my next podcast, which is at 7. And those guys, man, the next ones will be Paranormal Alliance. Hey, 3 great groups, dude, that started an alliance. You don't hear that much in Texas, in around Texas, but these guys are actually starting an alliance. So, hey, I want you guys to come check them out. You know what I'm saying? So, in the meantime, NSPS TV's signing off. Peace.